All right, let's talk about something that, well, it's happened to pretty much all of us. You flick on a light late at night and you see that flash of movement, that little critter scurrying for cover. It's a roach. And that brings up the big question we're tackling today. Are those roach bombs you see in stores the ultimate weapon, or are they actually a total dud?
So, picture this. You've got a roach problem. It's gross, they can spread germs, nobody wants them around. Your gut reaction? Grab that bug bomb off the shelf, right? It seems so powerful, so fast. But is that really the right answer? Let's find out. Okay, so first things first. What's the deal with these roach bombs? Why are they so popular? I mean, the appeal is obvious, right? It feels like this super powerful, one-and-done solution to a really complex and disgusting problem. Just push a button and poof, problem solved. But what's really going on inside that can? So what we're talking about here is a roach bomb, or a fogger, as it's also called. And the idea is pretty simple. It sprays this super fine mist of insecticide into the air. That mist is supposed to settle on every single surface, getting into all the nooks and crannies and killing any bug it touches on contact. It's designed for that big, immediate knockdown effect. So let's get into the mechanics of it. How is this thing supposed to work, at least in theory? What's the science behind that spray? And here's the thing. The science is actually sound, to a point. Most of these foggers use chemicals called pyrethroids, and they are nasty for insects. They basically short-circuit their nervous system, causing paralysis and, death. So the chemical itself works, but, and this is a huge but, it only works if it actually touches the roach. So if the chemical is so effective, why do these bombs so often fail? Well, this is where the whole strategy just completely breaks down. There's a massive gap between the theory of how it should work and the reality of how roaches actually live. And this just lays it all out perfectly. It's the fog versus the roach. The fog floats around in the open air and settles on top of your counters and floors. But where are the roaches? Are they hanging out in the open waiting for it? No way. They're hiding deep inside your walls, they're nesting under your fridge, they're crammed into these tiny little cracks where that mist has zero chance of ever reaching them. So what happens because of this total mismatch? Well, it's not good. First off, cockroach eggs? Totally unfazed. The fog doesn't touch them. Those nests hidden in the walls? Perfectly safe. So you might kill a few stragglers that were out in the open, but the actual source of your problem, it's still there, ready to bounce back, sometimes in just a couple of weeks. And get this, sometimes the fog actually makes things worse by scattering the roaches, spreading them to new parts of your house. And it's not just that they don't work very well. We also have to talk about the hidden safety risks, because these things aren't just ineffective, they can be genuinely hazardous if you're not extremely careful. I mean, just think about it. That chemical fog has to land somewhere. It settles on everything. Your kitchen counters where you make food, the living room couch, your kids' toys, your pet's bed. Everything gets coated in this chemical residue, and that can be a real health risk, especially for pets and small children, long after you've aired the place out. And this just goes to show you that so-called simple solution, it's anything but. I mean, look at this list. You have to get all your pets, kids, even your plants out of the house. You've got to cover up or haul out every bit of food and every dish. You have to shut off pilot lights, which is a huge fire risk if you forget. And then you have to literally leave your own home for hours. It's a massive, disruptive ordeal. Okay, so if bombs are not the answer, what is? Well, let's talk about smarter ways to fight back. The real key here is to shift your thinking. Stop trying to kill the few roaches you see scuttling around and start targeting the entire colony, right at the source. And this quote just says it all. You can kill roaches on your floor all day long, but if you don't get to the hidden nest where they're living and breeding, you're never going to win. Real control means taking out the source of the problem. Okay, so let's talk about what actually works. These are the real game changers. First, you've got gel baits. These things are brilliant. The roaches eat the bait, think it's food, and then carry that poison right back to the nest. They basically do the dirty work for you, wiping out the whole colony from the inside out. Then there's boric acid. It's a simple powder you can get into those hard-to-reach places. And of course, you can always call on the pros. They have the know-how and the right tools to get it done safely and for good. So let's say you've used one of these smarter methods, and you've gotten rid of the infestation. Great, but you're not done yet. The last step, and honestly, the most important one, is prevention. You've got to make your home a place where roaches just don't want to be. And these are the keys to victory in the long run. Seal up any little cracks where they might be getting in. Put your cereal, flour, all that stuff in airtight containers. Roaches need water, so fix any leaky faucets. And, of course, keep things clean, especially the kitchen. These simple habits make a huge difference.
So it all comes back to this one simple question, doesn't it? When you're facing down a pest problem, are you going to go for that quick fix, or are you going to go for a real solution? The bug bomb. It looks easy, it feels powerful, but as we've seen, it's mostly just smoke and mirrors. The real answer is a little smarter, a little more targeted. So next time, what's it going to be? The Band-Aid or the cure?